Hey everyone, so we've got another review today. So in this music review, we are going to be reviewing this album, Black American Bard by Ronald J. Fontenot. And it's been released in 2025, so it's a very, very new album. And the genre is fantasy and medieval. We've got a big album here, and we're going to review 6 of the tracks. So the first one is Fairy Tales. Now, I haven't heard this album before, so I honestly don't know what to expect. And this seems to be a main artist, composer, producer, lyricist with Ronald, and a featured artist as Tim Moyo. So let's have a listen, because I imagine that there might be vocals on here then. So Fairy Tales, let's go.
Fairy tales tell of magical lands where a child, young and wild, can be Peter Pan, and a girl can be Wendy, flying to Neverland, fighting crooks, Captain Hook and his band.
Wow, what an intro. That's really interesting. That's got me wanting to hear the rest of the song. So many different elements, that little sound effect, that little twinkle of a sound effect to begin with is really kind of wakes you up, you know, you're kind of alerted by what's going on. I thought the vocals are very, very good. The rhyming structure, yeah, I really like that intro. That's brilliant. So let's keep listening.
Fairy tales tell of wonders to see, singing flowers, mushroom powers to grow tall or tiny, and a nervous white rabbit who's late as can be, for a mean, heartless queen who's angry. Off with his head.
Wow. What I really like about this so far is the fact that it's obvious that it's really compelling a story in your head, and this is taking you on a journey, which I just think is brilliant, because so many songs don't do that these days. So I think this is great. This could be really suited for adults and children. There's no expletives in here. No, that's good. So yeah, I think this would be really cool for the younger generation as well.
Elves, dwarves and kings, unicorns with wings, fairy tales enchant our lives unlike anything. So sing of the Cheshire Cat smiling in a tree, and the Mad Hatter's unbirthday party. Hobbits, One Ring, and whimsical beings, fairy tales enchant our lives unlike anything. Like Jack and the...
I really like the music in the background. It's all come together really well. It's been really well produced.
Giant and magic beanstalk, a mirror on the wall that can talk. All hail, tell a fairy tale. Beauty and Beast, tortoise and the hare. Spin straw to gold, let down your hair, and set in a magical, beautiful, magical world. All for children to see. All hail, tell a fairy tale of a snow queen, of magic beans, a puppet boy, a mermaid's dreams, and set in a fantasy world. Dreamy, bright fantasy.
What's really interesting about the vocal, I really feel that vocal has a lot of talent, and it's obvious to me that could be like an R&B artist. I'm really impressed with the range and the articulation of the vocal. Very, very good.
World, all for children to see. Oh, hail, tell a fairy tale over a magic lamp with a genie. Watch a carpet fly over a city, set in a whole new, fly through a whole new world. All for children to see. Oh, hail, tell a fairy tale of an ugly duck who is a swan, or a yellow road to walk upon. Yes. Follow the yellow brick road. Ease on down yellow brick road. All for children to see. Fairy tale
vocals have remnants of The Weeknd as a singer, quite similar in quite a few ways. Quite a few ways. I think that's really good. I like how this song is continuing to the story. Very good.
Sending stories and on TV screens, and our lives are made fuller by tales we dream. Like a sword in the stone to the new future king. Fairy tales come alive when we dream, and in movies and in stories and on TV screens, and our minds are awakened by tales we like a kiss from a prince to Snow White.
Oh, that was brilliant. I was so impressed with that track. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this. Typically fantasy and medieval, especially if some artists are using like the latest AI tools, it's nowhere near as good as that. I was so impressed with how original this track is, and the talent that was required to produce that track, and the vocal, amazing vocalist. So the next song to review is going to be Sword in the Stone, which follows on from the lyrics of the last track. So let's check this one out.
Oh, hear a tale, a treasure well known, the classic story, the sword in the stone. A fairy tale with knights and a throne, a magical sword, the sword in the stone. The king.
What's nice is that it is very similar to fairy tales, and there's consistency there. So even though that's track 9, there's a lot of consistency, which is good to see. Similar production, same vocalist, similar lyrics. So it's good, because if you like the first track, you're generally going to like the rest of the album.
Died nowhere to his throne. In light there appears a sword in a stone. To whom removes the sword from the stone is rightfully king and heir to the throne. Who's king?
Now, I know I've said this before, but it's really, it does show a compelling visual in your head, particularly for me anyway. It's my experience, is that you can just imagine this guy or this soldier trying to pull this sword from this stone, you know, and really struggling to try and do it. So it's really good.
Who'll be crowned king? Who's king? Who'll be crowned?
What's really interesting is that this song has suddenly shifted, so it's become more piano based, particularly to those chords.
The strong men try to capture the throne by pulling the sword from the stone. Yes, mighty men with strength to the bone all fail to pull the sword from the stone. A dark age comes, no king on the throne, for none can remove the sword from the.
And the anticipation, the way the song has suddenly become a lot more serious and a lot more minimalist, it certainly brings more anticipation.
Stone, soon all forgets the sword in the stone. No king on the throne, so darkness has grown. And unrest spreads out through England with no king.
Oh my gosh, anticipation has got a lot more serious now. That was such a change in the track, and it's suddenly become a lot more darker, a lot more concerning.
To rule, there's chaos. So in time we come to find a tournament.
Something that's really interesting that I have noticed in both the tracks now is how the vocalist overdubs. So the vocalist will finish one sentence, and then that new sentence will come in just before it's supposed to begin. And that's a unique talent. That doesn't happen often in songs. So I think that's really cool.
It is held for the throne, whom compete to see who will become the king.
Oh, we've got an instrumental section here, and I love the little flute. I think that's really cool. And the guitar, can you hear the acoustic guitar as well? Honestly, this has taken a lot of work to put together. I didn't want to discredit the music before I heard it. As I say, I hadn't heard this album before, and I came across Fantasy Medieval, and I almost went, oh, because I've heard that kind of genre before, and it's never, for me, it's been way over the top. It's been just too much drama. This is so much different. This is about the story, you know, this is about the story, about a well-produced track, about a fantastic vocalist. So pleased that I've had this submission.
The tournament hosts battles for knights. Each knight has a sword for his fight. The tournament determines the king, so having a sword means everything. A clumsy squire, Arthur is his name, forgets his knight's sword, too much of his shame. The skinny squire, Arthur the young lad, must find a new sword, for his knight is mad. Arthur, who's lost my sword? Arthur, squire, where's my sword?
I love that bit. Did you just notice I just had a quick look, and there's 2 albums that have been released by this artist, and there's currently no listeners. And pointing out the first album, which is Fantastic Fantasy Album, is 27 tracks. So I'd really like to see people listening to this artist. This isn't justice, the fact there's 0 monthly listeners. I know this is probably brand new, but I really think this should take off now. I really do.
The sword inside of an inn. The inn is all locked, the sword locked within. Without a sword, his knight cannot win. He can't be the king, his sword in the inn. But then the squire, worried and alone, sees a covered sword, the sword in the stone. Arthur the squire, nervous and alone, reaches out and pulls the sword from the stone. And that day he's crowned King Arthur, since he pulled the sword from the stone.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I love that ending. That's got to be the best ending I've heard in such a long time. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm going to hear that little bit again.
And that day
The range.
he's crowned King Arthur, since he pulled the sword from the stone. The fox and bear, the fox and bear, brown bear, the fox and bear, the fox and bear, brown bear. As the son of an innkeeper, life was a chore, till a traveling fox and a brown bear entered the doors. The fox wore a
Wow, the Fox and Bear is a very different track to Sword in the Stone. Bit more serious.
Lands and the sea come
Amazing range that vocalist has. Seriously, Tim. Very impressive. Tim Moyo, Moyo.
on. Dragon beware, will take gold from your land. At dawn, the fox and bear left on their steeds. So I followed behind from a distance, hidden by trees. They rode to the dragon's cave and drew their swords till a loud voice cried, "Who enters my lair?" Shaking my core, oh young, strong, valiant are we. Cross.
Sorry, I just spoke on mute. So what I was saying was, what was really impressive is the chords progression. It's really good and it's strong on all of the tracks that are featured so far, and that's quite a rarity to have. And to have such a good vocalist as well singing with such a good range, very impressed.
And the sea come out, dragon, we dare your goats, ours, leave your lair. Dragon flew out his cave, a fight pursued, but the fox and the bear slew the dragon, ending their feud.
I feel like this deserves so much more success. I really feel that it should be packaged in like a book and a CD. I really feel that these are amazing tracks that kids and adults are just going to love, you know. I can really see an amazing experience with maybe the parent and the child listening to this together, helping to read through the booklet. Yeah, I think it's a lot more stronger than what it deserves on Spotify, to be honest.
They gained so much treasure, it was hard to hold. So they rode where I hid in the bushes and shed their gold. The fox and bear, the fox and bear, brown bear, the fox and bear, the fox and bear, brown bear.
I would really like to see this artist try pop R&B with that vocalist and see what they can come up with. And I think they could come up with some really amazing songs. The talent is brilliant. So impressed.
The fox and bear. It's the fox and the bear. The fox and bear, brown bear. And you'll see our might to fight, and you know the fox and bear, brown bear.
So medieval, isn't it? It takes you there in your head. It's brilliant.
The fox and bear. It's the fox and the bear. The fox and bear, brown bear. And you'll see our fox and bear.
It's very addictive. This is going to be in my head. It's going to be in my head for about a week.
To fight, you know the fox and bear, brown bear. And you'll see our fox and bear,
gonna end.
The fox and bear around right. The fox and bear. It's the fox and the bear. The fox and bear around bear. The fox and bear. La da 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 da. The fox and bear around bear.
Really good. Really good. So the next track we're going to be checking out is Lord of the Rings, which is track 2. Oh, acoustic guitar. Nice.
One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness bind them. Mr. Frodo, Frodo Baggins, Wizard Gandalf's at your door. For the ring your uncle left you, Dark Lord Sauron looks for. The ring must be destroyed. Only you can do this task. You'll
Okay, quite a different track from the previous tracks, like the minor key that we're going in here. Again, compelling story really helps with the track.
help along the way. Hurry on, you must act fast.
I was almost trying to think if this album could be visualized by like Lego figures, animation or something. I mean, particularly these days with AI is getting better and better, what kind of videos could be created to compel this album to make it even more engaging for people? And that could be something that could be interesting to pursue.
So Frodo leaves the Shire with the ring hidden tucked away, and a friend who just inquired joins so Frodo will not stray. Mr. Gamgee, old Sam Gamgee, what a friend you'll ever be. Joining Frodo on his journey proves your faith and loyalty. The ring must be destroyed. You will aid Frodo with this task. You'll have help along the way. Hurry on, time's running fast. One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness bind them. Mr. Frodo, Frodo Baggins, what a journey lies your way. For the ring in your possession causes chaos and dismay.
What's really cool about this track is how serious it is and how much the importance that ring possesses, because it's Lord of the Rings. I just wanted to check whether it was, I was pretty certain it wasn't a cover, but I haven't watched Lord of the Rings as a film, so that's why I thought I'd just quickly check, and no, it's not. It's completely original.
The ring must be destroyed, and you will complete this task. You'll have help along the way, then in victory you'll bask.
That was lovely. Really good track there. So the next one that we're going to be checking out is Raise the Sails, number 5.
Raise the sails, raise the sails. Let our quest begin over the ocean. Raise the sails.
Oh my god, that's just amazing. I can visualize the sea and the boat and everything. It's brilliant. And the octave, I can't sing like that with that range. It's an amazing vocalist.
Raise the sails, may our quest bring us wealth and fortune. On a blustery day in the middle of May, a rabbit and squirrel chose to sail away. We'll find us a land filled with treasure, they'd say, and be rich the rest of our days. Now the squirrel wore a vest, the rest of our days. But the map was a game made for children to play. The map that the merchant had sold them that day. Yet rabbit and squirrel never saw it that way. It leads us to treasure, they'd say. So they climbed in their boat and they went on their way.
I like how the flute, if it's a flute, is progressing along with the melody of the vocals in the background, and that's nice because that's not something you often hear.
And followed the children's map, crafted for play, to find us a land filled with treasure, they'd say, and be rich the rest of our days. It's clear to see, undoubtedly, they should be lost. Their journey should fail. Their map's a game for kids to play, yet led away that few ever sail. Through foggy sea there came to be a lovely land never seen before. And on the beach were treasure chests dug in the sand. They found the treasure.
What's nice is that there's no drums at the moment. It was literally the guitar making that beat in the background.
We prevailed, we prevailed.
Amazing vocalist.
Shore of the bay, I am happy to say, the rabbit and squirrel found their riches that day. We sailed to a land filled with treasures, they'd say. We're rich for the rest of our days. On the beach they saw chests, treasure chests with gold keys. The rabbit and squirrel ran quickly to go see. Let's open the chests, for inside there must be the treasures we sailed to see. Rabbit and squirrel were astounded to see each chest filled with children's toys, books and candy. No sight of the gold or the coins or jewelry they sailed so bravely to see. These are toy boxes, squirrel, said the rabbit loudly. But where could the gold or the treasures then be? They looked at the map on the back, they now see the
Again, the story really is strong in this track, taking people on a journey, whether that's a child or an adult, is so good.
treasures of toys and candy. Sail home, let's sail home, back to our friends and family. Back to our friends and family whom we love, love. And
The vibrato in the vocals is very good as well. Professional singer.
we get there, we will share all the toys we see with children we know and children that are needy.
How will it end?
Raise the sails, raise the sails. Let our quest begin over the ocean. Raise the sails,
Lovely.
raise the sails. Let us share our new wealth and fortune.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that ending. Honestly, this album's really addictive. When you start on this album, you won't want to quit. Seriously. The Frog Prince is the last track that we're going to review. Let's have a listen. Nice calming start.
Deep in Forest Pond lived an ugly frog, and he hid alone inside a log. One day a princess would cry at his pond. She dropped a gold ball for which she's fond. I'll find your gold ball, the frog said with ease. In exchange I ask you grant me these. Take me as your friend, feed me what you eat. Kiss me in your castle, please, my sweet. Oh frog, oh will you help me? Oh frog, my gold ball I do not see. Oh frog, I'll meet your demands and you'll live in my castle as friend of my right hand.
Again, very catchy chord progression, really well put together. Love this story about the Frog Prince, so good.
Oh frog, I'll give you a kiss. Oh frog, my dear frog, my heart will grant every wish. Oh frog, come near me, I plead. And she kissed his green forehead to show sincerity. So he dived in the pond.
Again, what I would say is that there's no drums, so again, the drums are based from the guitar.
And found the gold ball, but the frog came back up as handsome and tall. The frog was a prince transformed by a witch, but the curse is now broken and he stands as a prince with the ball to give to an amazed princess. She lost her gold ball, but her humble...
Something that's really not obvious to a lot of people is how complex it is to write a story in lyric form and have the lyrics work perfectly with the track in the background. That is incredibly difficult, and I think they've really done it justice here.
To an ugly green frog, help set the frog free. Her kiss broke the spell put on by a witch, and the curse is now broken. He stands tall as a prince with the ball to give to an amazed princess.
Oh, lovely acoustic guitar here. Wow. Oh, changing chord. Good guitarist.
So the prince and the princess, well, they fell in love and they lived happily ever after.
Wow, first time we've heard just talking. Oh my gosh, guys, that album is brilliant. So, Black American Bard by Ronald J. Fontenot, and I will put a link in the description, so please check out that album. So impressed. And don't forget the other album that's been released, which is a fantastic fantasy album as well. The talent really shines through from my point of view. Very, very impressed and brilliant. Hope you enjoyed it along with me as well. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.